Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Thoughts on Education, an initiative by College Dunia. Today, I have with us Mr. Dilip Achtani, Director of Academics at Seamedu School of Pro-Expressionism. Hello, Dilip.
Thank you, Shitija.
Can you please briefly introduce yourself for our viewers?
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Dilip Achtani. I'm the director at Seamedu. I've been working with Seamedu since 2009. Prior to this, I was working in the Bollywood industry as a part of the sound post-production crew. I'm currently also working as a commercial photographer, and I work in the space of lifestyle and newborn.
Thank you, Deep. The very first question I want to ask you is, what's your philosophy of education? How do you groom students at Seamedu?
So at Seamedu, we believe in experiential learning. Learning by doing or learning by practicing, not just theoretical. The industries that we are in, the industries of filmmaking, photography, sound, these industries are primarily hands-on, and students have to practice, students have to create a showreel and then showcase the showreel to the real world. And that's what we believe. We believe in doing, we believe in collaboration, because the industry is not like a one-man army or a one-man show. People work together. Like in this example, everybody's shooting, there is sound, there is light. So everybody's working together, and that's what we actually believe in. We believe in experiential learning.
So, Dilip, can you tell us about the programs that are offered at Seamedu?
Sure. So Seamedu has our own programs, which are our diploma programs. Then we've got graduation programs, which are partnered with universities in Pune, Bangalore, Delhi. And we have also come up with our master's program, Masters in Business Administration for Media Marketing and Media Production Management. As far as the diploma programs are concerned, they are primarily in Pune. As far as the degree programs, as I mentioned, it's with the university partners. The interest or the areas that we kind of cater to are purely in the creative space. Programs like filmmaking, photography, sound engineering, music production. We've got game art, game development, visual effects, journalism, and the MBA, of course. Apart from this year we've also launched our virtual learning platform, which is the SBL Pro, and we offer programs where students can take or do the program from the comfort of their own home. Students who cannot travel or who are bound by certain restrictions, or have a full-time job or something, so they don't exactly have to come to us. The programs would be delivered purely virtual.
Now, let's talk about faculties here at Seamedu. How do you train yourself or your faculties so that they can be the best fit for this program?
Sure. So when we talk about faculties, we are aligned with the industry. So our faculties are either coming in from the industry, so they've worked on real projects, or they are academicians. So it's a mix of both academicians and industry people. So we don't have an entire department of only academicians that only talk about academics but have never worked on a single project, or the other way around, where they've only worked on projects but have never taught. So we kind of bridge that balance. So people who are into maybe say academics purely, then we try to upskill them by having to do them a lot of commercial projects or certain projects. And people who have or who are coming in from the industry, first we give them opportunities to teach or to take workshops, and then slowly come and start teaching more regularly. As far as upskilling is concerned, in the last 2 years, especially when pandemic hit, a lot of training material, a lot of learning opportunities kind of grew, and a lot of our faculties kind of took this opportunity and got upskilled, got certified. So we've got Ableton certified trainers, we've got Unity certified trainers. So all these people have kind of upskilled themselves to take on the newer challenges to come ahead.
That's a really essential thing for students to look up to their
Absolutely.
faculties, right? Another important question, Dilip. What makes this program the best for students to opt?
I think one unique factor is the option or the choice to collaborate with individuals from various industries. So we have a division for game art and game development, and together they build a game. We've got a department of audio that supports the filmmaking division and the game art or the game development division. We've got a photography division that helps the filmmaking division. So it's the option to collaborate with so many at so many places. And the wonderful thing is, all this is available at an undergraduate level. So, so earlier students had to wait for their graduation from XYZ fields and then eventually do a 1-year diploma into their area of specialization. But with the help of university partners that we have, we've kind of created programs that the students can learn the same skills but at a graduation level. So immediately after 12th, when they're 18 and 19, the perfect age to learn a certain skills. These programs kind of help them to build their portfolio right from that age onwards.
Okay. So basically, it's in line with the thought and the name Seamedu School of Pro-Expressionism.
Exactly. So our objective is we kind of give the professional edge to the expressions that students have. It could be he or she could be an artist, and we kind of teach them the tools and the technology and the thought process to become not only an artist but a professional artist working with companies or freelancing.
So then what will be the career opportunities and benefits the students will get from this program?
Sure. So as far as career opportunities are concerned, the historic fact that the entire industry, when it comes to earlier, like I would say 20 years back, we had the film industry, which was primarily based in Bombay. We had the news industry, which was based in Delhi. And we had a radio industry, which is basically in all the cities there were radio stations. But look at in the last 3-4 years, there is so much of content that is beyond Bollywood, that is beyond the other regional cinema, or what we call. Content is being produced left, right, and center across the country. So obviously you need skilled people to handle that. You need cinematographers, you need sound engineers, you need music producers. The gaming in itself, in the last 2 years when pandemic happened, the entire gaming industry kind of boomed because everybody was playing games. We've got students who pass out of the program and start their own companies to kind of cater to such fields. But as far as the insight to careers is concerned, this industry is not an industry where you'd want to, I would say, play it safe or look for one job and then you're satisfied for. It's an industry where you kind of explore yourself. You may start off as, like for my example, I started off as a DJ back in 2003. Ended up becoming a sound engineer in the Bollywood scene. Ended up becoming an educator, and with that, I'm also a photographer. So it's all about creative expression, what you have and what you want to convey. So if you think you are a person who has something to convey as a part of your creativity, it could be sketching, it could be drawing, it could be writing, it could be taking photographs. The path will kind of set itself to you if you are willing to kind of challenge the status quo, and if you're willing to learn and unlearn and do a lot of hard work. So it's not like an industry where you say, okay, now you are here, after 2 years you'll be here and you'll be here. This industry doesn't work like that. It totally depends upon student to student or person to person, what they are willing to sacrifice and what they're willing to kind of take up. So that's the industry for you.
So my next question is like a takeaway thought for our viewers. What suggestions would you like to give to the youth and the aspiring students?
As far as, I am nobody to give any suggestion, but what has worked for me and a lot of our students is, for the first, especially when I talk about this entertainment industry, do what it takes to kind of create your portfolio. Do what it takes to kind of, if you start off in this career for the next 10 years, only think about one thing, that the struggle is going to be real. It is not going to be easy. But if you're willing to kind of sacrifice a lot of things, if you're willing to sacrifice Diwali vacations or a public holiday, if you're willing to sacrifice night sleep, girlfriends and boyfriends, you are definitely going to make a career, a successful career in this industry. Obviously, there is work-life balance and all these things are important. But when we talk about the media industry especially, everybody's trying to, kind of create their own space. And everybody's competing, but at the same time, respecting each other's work. So that's very important. Once you start looking at somebody's other work and start comparing to yourself, that is not going to be, that's not going to take you in the right direction. You'll never find happiness in what you do. In the end, it's all about finding happiness in what you do. But till the time you kind of reach that space, it's always essential that you give everything that you have, especially in the initial few years. Then once you understand what is your thought, what is your expression, or what is your style. You cannot have a style right at the beginning when you start your career. You have to explore, you have to experience various things. And then in the end, you come up and say, after 5 years, 10 years, okay, now I've done so many things. Now I know this is my style. So that's what I would always tell students in my class as well, that students come in with the thought that I want to become this. And that's great. But when you want to become something, before deciding what you want to become, make sure you have a taste of everything else, or at least what is there in that domain. Then decide what you really want to be. I wanted to become the best DJ in the world, but then I realized maybe I don't have those skills. Then I kind of became a sound engineer in the industry. Before that, I was a live sound engineer. Then realized live sound is not for me. Then went into the Bollywood scene. Realized Bollywood is not for me. I really enjoyed teaching, which I never knew that I would become an educator. So yeah, I think that's the kind of suggestion I'd like to give. Don't fixate yourself to one thing, especially at the beginning of your career. Be open to changes, be open to challenges, and let life or career itself open up to you, I would say.
That's a great advice.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Dilip, for taking out some time and talking to us.